something I learned is our attitude towards life's events is huge. How do we view whatever it is that we are in the midst of? How are we seeing it? Are we seeing this life event that is there to break us? Are we seeing this life event that is there to help us grow, help us? Are we seeing certain life's events as things that are there to prevent us from getting to where it is we are trying to go? Are we looking at this life event as an opportunity to reflect on what is happening and to grow? That will ultimately help us in a future similar experience, or will ultimately help us somewhere down the road that will be a benefit, helping us overcome and get through whatever it is that may lie ahead. Our attitude towards life is huge. I'll give you an example. For example, if I am in the hospital and I am in the ICU and I have practically two collapsed lungs, can't breathe, and I have a double pneumonia, and I really can't breathe because I have pneumonia on top of these collapsed lungs, am I looking at that situation and it is there to be of some form of hindrance? Or can I look at the opportunity to reflect on how I am feeling? For example, if I am in the if I am in the ICU, two collapsed lungs, double pneumonia, I can't breathe. You can't breathe. What happens? You start to panic. Why do you start to panic? Well, because you can't breathe, right? And experiences like that, I had a lot of those experiences. I even had a lot of experiences where I genuinely didn't think I would make it through the night. Didn't think I would see another light of day. I made videos talking about this within my channel as well. The reason being is because in the midst of that situation it feels like some form of hindrance. Why is this happening? Why me kind of mentality. However, reflecting back on it, being where I am, reflecting off of that experience, or those experiences, I should say, what opportunity lied within that part of the journey? What was I going through, and how could it be of benefit to me now? What opportunity lied within that moment? Again, having two collapsed lungs and a double pneumonia, practically can't breathe. I can't breathe. For me, there's several things, but one of the big ones was patience. Patience. When you start to panic, what happens? When you start to panic, your breathing has the potential to get worse. And not only that, but it showed me so much about my attitude. Is while being in the midst of those situations, was it really there to be of some form of hindrance? Or was it really there to show me an opportunity within that experience that can be of benefit to where I am today, potentially even where I will be tomorrow? For me, it's patience. Again, that was one of the experiences, one of the big ones, is patience. Because when you have patience, that whatever it is, when I'm talking about patience, is when you have patience, whenever you are in the midst of going through something, in particular this context of the video, and in particular this topic, is when you have patience, it is frightening, it is scary in the moment, especially when you're a kid. It's really scary, it's frightening to go through some certain things at such a young age with really little to no knowledge on how to get through it, how to overcome it. Sure, there was many things that helped, such as like medications and IVs and respiratory equipment, that helped me overcome that part of the journey. And even too, the support that I had and the people that helped me, such as the nurses, such as my mother and the family that would come and see and visit me in the hospital, friends that would check up on me, family and friends that are long distance, they couldn't personally be there, but reached out to me and checked on me and kept me company when I'm in the middle of those situations. Things like that help a lot when you have that support. Yes, that does help a lot. And reflecting on it, without it, I don't even know if I'd be able to get through it, because it's the people play a really big part, when you're in your healing phase. Again, in this topic, but two, it's just your attitude towards the situation. Because if your attitude is, man, this is happening, and you just want to quit and give up, reflecting on it, I'm sure reflecting on a lot of past experiences, and I probably will write this in a book and be able to explain it in much more detail. But reflecting on situations like that, I think there were moments where I wanted to quit, but there was something deep within me that told me why I shouldn't, and why not only that I couldn't, but why I really shouldn't give up. And I think that there was something deep within me that gave me the strength to continue fighting while I was in the midst of those battles, of those life battles, which ultimately led me here, and which ultimately gave me the potential ability to help others along their own personal journey. And for me, when I reflect back, I think when I reflect not just on this experience, but a lot of my past experiences, mainly the ones that I was unsure that I was capable of overcoming, more so those experiences, reflecting back on it, and being in the midst of it, I didn't understand it. Being in the midst of it, it was hard. Not only was it hard, but being in the midst of it, it could have broke me. But I think there was something deep within me, again, that gave me the strength to not only endure, but persevere, which again ultimately brought me where I am today, and ultimately is being a benefit to help me reach where I will be tomorrow. And to me, it's huge, because if whatever it was that I was going through, whatever it was that I did go through, if I can reflect off of my past experiences and help the next person, and help someone get through what they may be in the midst of, that I have personal experience with, to me that's huge. Because not only did I get through what I was going through, but what I had went through had helped another get through what they were going through. And to me, that's huge. To me, that's big. I love you. I appreciate you. This video is a bit more personal. However, I hope it was able to bring some form of value to and for you. I love you. I appreciate you. And remember, grow through what you go through. Much love.